It's an easy way to get your pet groomed, a mobile service that comes to your house.
But one pet owner says she ended up with a hefty vet bill after she says her dog was injured in the care of the groomer.
Well, she asked you on your side for help getting her money back, but CBS 2's Christine Lazar found out that wasn't an easy task, huh, Christine?
Pat and Suzanne, as you'll soon see here, Fritzy's Pet Care Pros out of Orange County did not want to talk to us, and they don't want to cover those vet bills either. But the owner of this dog isn't the first customer to accuse Fritzy's of injuring their pet. And what did you think when the vet lifted up his arms?
I couldn't believe what I saw. I just couldn't believe it.
These are photos taken at a vet hospital of the deep cuts under the arms of Sarah Doak's dog, an 18-month-old Shih Tzu named Desi Ray. When you were at the vet, what did you think when you saw such severe injuries?
I didn't lift it high enough, and when they lifted his leg, and I saw that, I couldn't believe that someone would do such a thing and not tell me.
That someone, according to Doakes, was a groomer with Fritzy's Pet Care Pros based out of Irvine. Doakes hired the mobile pet groomer to wash and trim Desi Ray back in January. She tells Two on Your Side when Desi Ray was returned to her, he was walking funny. She says the groomer told her he had only nicks and red marks as listed on this receipt. But when she took Desi Ray to Banfield Pet Hospital 2 days later, the vet scheduled surgery to stitch up the wounds the following day. This isn't a nick to you?
That is not a nick.
Not a red mark?
Not a red mark.
Also on Doak's receipt, the groomer listed Desi Ray in good health, making no reference of any matting or skin issues prior to service. Did she give you any indication that he had been injured severely, that he needed to see a vet?
Absolutely not.
Doakes says she asked Fritzy's to cover her nearly $1,000 vet bill, and they refused. So they've not offered you any money?
Nothing, not even an apology.
So we called Fritzy's on her behalf. My name's Christine Lazar. I'm a reporter at CBS 2 News, and I do a segment called Two on Your Side. And we were told no comment. They hung up on me. We called a second time and were hung up on again. Hi, do you know where I could find someone with Fritzy's? So we went down to Fritzy's main office, but were told by this man that no one from Fritzy's was in. He assured me he wasn't with the company, but when we dug around on the internet, we found this photo of a man identified as Fritzy's owner, Ed Flanders, who looks awfully like that man in the office. Are you lying to me?
No, we do proprietary work here. We're not allowed to have people walking around.
Online, Fritzy's has quite a few negative reviews. This customer says his cat sustained a laceration on his arm and was bleeding from his foot. Another wrote that their cat had an infected paw after being groomed. 2 reviewers claim that their animals were killed in Fritzy's care, a cat named Beauty and a dog named Kalani.
I really wanted others to hear this story. I just thought about what he must have gone through, and I wasn't able to protect him.
And just within the last 15 minutes, the owner of Fritzy's called me and says he will be paying for those vet bills. He also called me this morning and once again declined our invitation for an interview, but told Two on Your Side Desi Ray wasn't injured by his groomer and that the dog was severely matted when they worked on him, even though those mats were not listed anywhere on the receipt. And again, just minutes ago, he now says that they will pay for Fritzy's vet bills. He also admitted to me that that was him on Friday, which we knew all along.
Yeah, looked just like him, or his brother.
Yeah. We always want to get the other side.
Absolutely.
You do too. Christine works hard. That was a lot of work.
Yep, it was.
Right.
All over the county.
All right, thanks you, Christine. Well, can Two on Your Side help you? Just email us at twoonyourside@cbs.com with your problem, or on Twitter, use the hashtag Two on Your Side, and Christine will see what she can do to help you solve it.